everybody, welcome to Aspirants Hub and welcome to this new series, The Answer Behind the Rank, where we are seeing the objective parameters with respect to answer writing. Okay, so today is the third video of the series where we will be seeing how to write an introduction and a conclusion. Okay, first we'll start with the introduction, and what we will do is I'll be first giving you the rules or guidelines, that is how to write an introduction, and after that what we will do is we'll take a few questions and see how to apply these rules or guidelines. Okay, let us get started. So first point you will remember with respect to introduction is always write to the point introduction. Please remember this keyword. Second is when you have questions like starting with do you think, right? So never take a stand in the introduction itself. Okay? Please remember this, not to take a stand. And the third point that you'll remember is wherever necessary in the intro itself, integrate the value addition pointers. Okay. So please remember, now we will see them one by one. So first, talking about writing to the point introduction, let us take this question. How are climate change and the sea level rise affecting the very existence of many island nations? Discuss with examples. Okay, see, when you carefully read the question, the examiner is asking us that how climate change and sea level rise is affecting the island nations. So when you think about this question, we can infer one thing very clearly, that is the examiner already knows what is climate change and what is sea level rise, and he knows that it is affecting the island nations. So this is something very very important, and you have to understand that he is not asking us what is climate change, what is sea level rise. He's asking how they are affecting the island nations, and that is how you will write your introduction. You can, in such type of questions, you can bring in perspectives from current affairs. Okay, let us see this introduction first, then you'll get a clear idea what I'm trying to say. Okay, so if you see, as seen recently in Tuvalu, the combined impact of climate change and sea level rise is threatening the survival of low lying island nations. So, this is how you will write to the point. Okay, please understand that when you read the question, you should not be writing what you have read on that particular theme or topic or what you want to write. You have to carefully understand what the examiner is trying to ask. So now here, if you would have written the definitions of climate change or something about sea level rise, then that would be very very irrelevant. Okay, because the examiner already knows, as we saw it. Clear? This is how, please keep in mind that you will always write to the point introduction. Okay, now we'll see the second question, where I said you should not be taking a stand, especially in do you think type of questions. Okay. See, let us read. Do you think that globalization results in only an aggressive consumer culture? Justify your answer. Okay. See, why you should not be taking a stand in the introduction? Because we know this, right? In the body, we always have to bring in balanced perspective. That is, we will have to address both these dimensions, that yes, aggressive consumer culture, globalization is leading to aggressive consumer culture. Second, however, this is not true. Okay, so you have to bring in both the perspectives there. So in the introduction, if you take a stand, then you will be contradicting your own answer, right? So in such a case, the best possible introduction will be to define the keywords given in the question. Okay, and one more important thing, see, when you read the question, we have two keywords, that is globalization as well as aggressive consumer culture. So it so happens that sometimes we just write introduction on one keyword, that is either globalization or aggressive consumer culture. But please don't do this. If there are two keywords, define both the keywords in the introduction. And I have seen this in Anudeep Duri Shetty sir's book on answer writing. Plus, I've gone through his topper copies as well. So this is the best possible introduction you can write. Okay. Now, the third point is to integrate the value addition pointers. Okay, so let us see this question. Comment, this is the directive, on the need of administrative tribunals as compared to the court system. Assess the impact of the recent tribunal reforms through rationalization of tribunals made in 2021. Okay, so if you read this question carefully, the main part asks you to compare administrative tribunals with the court system. So we will not be defining what these are in the introduction, because when we compare, the definitions of both of these terms will come out clearly. So what will be the best possible introductions? It is to add value addition pointer. For example, administrative tribunals are specialized quasi judicial bodies established under Part 14A, Articles 323A, 323B, inserted by the 42nd Amendment Act of 1976. So, this is the value addition pointer here. That is bringing out their constitutional references. Okay, while courts constitute the traditional judicial system established under parts 5 and 6 of the Constitution with general jurisdiction. So this is how you can integrate value addition pointers in the introduction itself. If you simply write administrative tribunals are quasi judicial bodies, whereas courts are part of traditional judicial system, it will not be very effective, because you know uh, many of them will write the same thing. How your introductions can stand out is by integrating these constitutional articles here, or if there is some other question, the relevant type of value addition pointers. It shows your depth with respect to that particular topic or subject. Okay, so now we will see the next question. So left wing extremism is showing a downward trend, okay, but still affects many parts of the country. Briefly explain the government of India's approach to counter the challenges posed by left wing extremism. Okay, so what is the difference between this question and the previous question is, in the previous question, since we had two keywords, administrative tribunals and court system, so the best possible way to write the introduction was directly start with the value addition pointer integrated in the introduction itself. I mean, not to define the words, but directly integrate value addition pointers. But in this type of question, instead of directly, bringing in the value addition here, that is showing a downward trend, what you can do is you can first quickly define left wing extremism and then give the value addition. That's what I have done. This is also one of the possible ways of writing introduction. So left wing extremism refers to violent armed insurgency aimed at overthrowing Indian government and establishing a communist state. Okay, I defined left wing extremism. Now the introduction or the first statement says is showing a downward trend. See, actually, when you read the question, left wing extremism is showing a downward trend but still affects many parts of the country. Here, the examiner already knows what is left wing extremism. Okay, so you can go ahead and directly write this part, that is, in recent years, left wing extremism has been showing a downward trend. Okay, but what I've done is, so if you first define left wing extremism and then add this pointer also, it, it shows, the introduction becomes more effective, that you're defining and then you are giving this value addition pointer. However, no worries, you can directly give the value addition pointer as well. Okay, keep both these things in mind. See, if you've done a lot of practice, then you'll be able to write the definition and then the value addition pointer. But let us say if your speed is slow, then you can totally skip introducing what is left wing extremism, directly start with this data pointer. Okay, and yes, this is the main part. So this is how you will be showing in the introduction itself that left wing extremism trend is coming down in recent years. There are different types of data you will get. Maybe the number of Naxal affected areas has reduced, Naxal related incidents are reducing, fatalities have reduced. Any one you can pick and draw in the introduction itself. Clear? Yes. Now this last one from ethics, we have covered this pointer, but again I want to, highlight this. See, it is said that for an ethical work culture, there must be code of ethics in place in every organization to ensure value based and compliance based work culture. What suitable measures would you adopt in your workplace? So here, if you see, there are two keywords, that is ethical work culture and code of ethics. Okay, and it is important that both these words are addressed in the introduction itself by defining them. Okay, already told, when there are two keywords which are, highlighted in the first statement. See, first statement gives us an idea that introduction should be written on those lines. So when you have two keywords there, please write definition of both the keywords. Clear? Okay, so now we will move on to the second part where we will see conclusion. Same. First, we will see certain rules. Second, we will see a few types of introductions. Few types of conclusions, which I've taken again from Topper Copies itself. Clear? So, first point always to remember is solution oriented, forward looking, value based conclusion should be written, and your conclusion should match the theme, the tone, the flow of the answer. Your conclusion should not be something you have memorized earlier and then you're just dumping it in the paper. That should not happen. Always remember a few keywords with respect to any topic and utilize those keywords, frame the conclusion on the spot based on how you've written the answer. Okay, so first important point is you can always add government initiatives or any value addition pointer to your conclusion. Second thing to remember is you can integrate way ahead pointers as well as the conclusion together, or maybe, a solution oriented conclusion you can give this. Third is to simply sum up what you've written very, very briefly. We will see this now. First is value addition or government initiative oriented. So if you have a look at this conclusion here, committee recommendations are given or committee names are mentioned. For example, NK Singh committee, Bimal Jalan committee. Okay, this is one type of value addition pointer. Here also again, no, here a case law is given, MC Mehta judgment. So this also can be written in the conclusion. Whatever value addition pointers are there. And what are the different value addition pointers? I will cover this specifically in one video. All those value addition pointers can be utilized while writing your conclusion. Now if you see this here, Sendai framework, Yokohama strategy, these international initiatives are written in the conclusion. Okay, and this keyword, build back better. Okay, so this is also one of the keywords, one of the international initiatives which became prominent after COVID. So this is something which you can write in the conclusion. And here second ARC committee is mentioned. So this is, I mean, second ARC report is mentioned. So this is also one of the pointer you can write. Okay, now the second type of conclusion which we discussed is integrating way ahead plus the conclusion. So you can see this is integration of way ahead and conclusion. You can clearly see different way ahead pointers, and this is the conclusion part. Okay, so now this conclusion, please pause and read. When you pause and read, you will see a solution here. Okay, that solution means what? Way ahead, way forward. So that is integrated in the concluding part of your answer. Same goes with this conclusion as well as this conclusion. So please pause and read it, because there is no point I'll read it, uh, because the underlying essence is same only. Key way ahead as well as conclusion is written together. Okay. And the last type of conclusion which we discussed is to simply sum up whatever you've written in the answer. Please pause this video and read through these snippets. You will get an idea. Okay. So with this, we have completed this series, this video on how to write introduction and how to write conclusion. I hope this video helps. If any doubt, please feel free to post it in the comments. I will get back to them. All the very best. Thank you so much.